Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is 𝗙cie𝗹𝗹, and today we have a brand new series on this channel that I like to call Luck of the Draw. Well, Jelly, what is Luck of the Draw? Well, random viewer, I'm glad you asked. Luck of the Draw is a brand new series where I have 3 different blind boxes, all different series, different characters, everything like that. 3 different blind boxes, and I'm gonna open each one, and then I'm gonna have to draw whatever I open. So that would mean, let's look at the monsters, for example. Here's everything that you can get from the monsters. Let's say I got Sleepless Time, right? This little guy right here. After I open it and like look at the figure and everything, I'm gonna have to draw this character in my style doing something. It has to be the same character, same outfit, everything like that. And I think that would be a really neat thing to start doing because I draw a lot on my spare time. So that is Luck of the Draw. I'm not gonna have a super long intro for this one. We're just gonna get right into it. So let's start by opening this one. Hello, Editor Jelly here. Today we're gonna be doing the 𝗙mě. That's what we're starting off with. These are all of the options that you can get. And, you know, I obviously want the butler. The sheep one looks really cute because of the horns, and I don't know, they just all look really good. So I'm not gonna be picky about which one we get. Either way, I'm gonna be happy. The series is so cute. Look at that character. Oh my God. I love their big, like, carrot looking nose. It's very cute. This entire style is super cute. All right, but enough looking at the packaging. I really want to get into it. Let's see which one we get. I screwed up the rip. There we go. I had to be quiet for that. You had to hear the rip sound. It was very, very satisfying. All right. Opening it up. Do it a little faster. Come on, Jay. Oh, something popped out. We did not want to see that, so 𝗙mě, I want to tell you a secret. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I love the art too on the bag. That's actually where I got my inspiration from when we start drawing. All right, let's see who we get in here. That rip did not work, clearly. There we go, had to open it like a bag of chips. Let's see who we get. And 1, 2, 3. We got the one I wanted the most. Who would have thought, especially with my luck. So we got this really cute black one. I really love the black fur on this one. It's not like a typical fluffy fur. It's more of like, I don't know, it's kind of curly. It's not a super soft plush, but it's not like scratchy either. I don't know how to explain it. You're gonna have to pick yourself up one too, see what I'm talking about. But it has these really cute cat ears, which I didn't even realize, honestly. Okay, and on the inside of the box, we got 2 little accessories, I believe. We got this really cute, like, hat. Little butler hat, I guess. And then we got this little bow tie that goes around their neck. And that's what they look like with a bow tie. Oh my God. I love it so much. They look so, so cute. And then the hat magnetizes. And the magnet is so, so good on this. Like, it's really strong. You can see how quickly it magnetizes back to the head. Okay, and that one's the butler. Let's get into drawing. So for this one, I took a lot of inspiration from the packaging design, actually. I really loved how the artist drew 𝗙mě. So that was like a big inspiration for this art. But we're starting off with a very rough sketch. If you can see underneath the pink that I'm drawing with right now, there's like a very muted gray sketch. That's just like the basic shape I want to go after. So I do that, and then on a different layer above it is where I start doing my main sketch. So as you can see here, we're doing some lines on like the ears and everything. the fur texture. I really liked how not all of the lines were connected. So I did add that to my little drawing. Here we finally drawing the little bow. I love bows so much. They make any character just 10 times cuter. So I was very happy we got to draw this bow tie. All right, we're finally moving on to the body. So Nono's feet were more, I want to say, they were kind of more human-like, and I didn't really want to draw that in my art. I wanted it to be more animal-like. I don't know, I don't want to draw human-looking feet. But yeah, I made them more animal-like, and I like how they came out. I'm a fan of drawing them like that. Something I did notice in the original art was that Tsunono didn't actually have any hands. Like, it's almost as if their arms went straight into, like, paws. So there were no skin-toned hands anywhere in the art. But I was basing it off of the plush itself, so I did end up drawing hands. These eyes also remind me of Molly. I don't know why, but when I was drawing them, I was like, These look like Molly's eyes. So we're moved on already. I didn't even notice. We're actually on to the line art section, my least favorite part of drawing. The lines were pretty straightforward. I did speed up this clip 800% so that we didn't have to just sit through it for 10 minutes because it's just lines. It's pretty self-explanatory. But I did want to make it so that, I already explained this earlier, but so that not all the lines were touching, because I think that makes it, I don't know, it gives it a nice style. Gotta draw all of those little fluffy pieces sticking out. That's one of my favorite things that that I can draw in. I just love drawing in fluff, so I was very, very happy to draw this character. All right, we just need to draw in the hat and some extra fluff around the ear, and I think we're done with the lines. Yeah, okay. So the lines are finished. Now, for the colors, I know this character was pure black, but I wanted to add some warm tones to it. Kind of, again, like the art on the original bag. So I did make it more of like a brown black, if that makes any sense. I'm sure to artistic people, you know what I'm talking about. I want it to be a warm black tone. I do mess with it a little bit here. And I ended up actually going a little bit more towards the blue, but then afterwards I kind of added a warm undertone to everything before I finished the art. So here we're just coloring in all of the skin pieces, or like skin tone pieces, like the head, or the face, sorry. The face, the hands, and the feet. Oh, and the belly, I forgot. The belly was like a lighter gray, and it was a completely different texture than the rest of the fur on the body. It was actually really, really soft, kind of like the Big Into Energy plush pendants. Oh, and the eyes too. The eyes were a lot of fun to draw. I didn't realize how colorful Tsunono's eyes were until I was drawing this. They are so pretty. I think Tsunono might be my new favorite plush pendant series. I don't know. They're such a cute character. I love the big chunky nose. I think they're up there. Okay, now we're just coloring in some of the line art. I like to color in where the same color meets between said line art. So like on the hands and the face, you can see that anywhere that's in that color, it gets colored in like a more saturated version of that color. I don't know. It's just a stylistic thing that I like to do with a lot of my art. Adding in some highlights and shines. Gotta make it look nice and fluffy, show that texture. I added a little bit of like shading, I guess, with a line brush. I thought it gave like a nice little vintagey look, so I kept it in there. And here you can see me adding that warm undertone. And that's all we had for this one, actually. So here is the final look. I'm really happy with how it turned out, honestly. I think it is adorable. But you guys let me know what you think of it. Does it look like the character? Do you like the style? Let me know. I'm very happy. And yeah, let's move on to the next one. All right. Here we are with the Welcome Cocoa Mart. It is a Rico series. I've actually never opened up a Rico until now. And spoiler alert, I want more Rico. Here are all the options that we can get. This is a really cute series. I love all the little fruits and everything. I really want that jam. The tomato, it looks really cute. Peach Rico. I wouldn't be mad with any of them, but those are the ones that I want the most. And look at this packaging. It's so cute. I love that it's in a little tub. I almost forgot with this series that the card is actually stuff. I always forget with finding unicorn stuff, but it's okay. You didn't see it. There it is. Let's see who we get. So we almost got the peach jam one. Very, very close, but it is the blueberry jam Rico. I am very happy with it. I think it's really adorable. Look at this little guy on Rico's head. It's so cute. And look what I found out. Hold on, wait for it. Oh, you hear that? And boop. It is a little container. That, honestly, that alone made me fall in love. And it came with these 3 little blueberries that you can actually put into the container, which made it a shaker. And if you've been on this channel for a while, you know how much I love shakers. Of course, I had to stay quiet for the shaking. It had really good shakes, though. Yeah, I kind of love this series, this character. And I bet you're wondering how I actually draw this character. Well, I went a different direction. As you can see here, I didn't want to draw Rico in the jam container. I feel like that would be a little too simple, you know, because you can't really change much of it. So what I did here, I actually made him like a full body character, as if he wasn't in the jam. I know that's technically not drawing the character, like how it came out of the box, but I would just be drawing the figure at that point, so I did want to change directions. Drawing Rico was actually a lot of fun, especially because of that nose. I don't know why, just like the big noses give me so much serotonin. And here I am realizing that Rico doesn't actually have hands. Rico actually has like these little orbs for hands, so I don't have to draw each individual finger, which is a bonus, let me tell you. So I decided to draw Rico kind of like hugging the little blueberries that came with it. So I made his cheek all smushed up against the blueberries. made the blueberries kind of like hugging back. I thought it was a really cute idea. So I did want to include the jam in the background a little bit. So I did draw Rico kind of leaning on that jam jar. And I made him sitting down. So like he's kind of taking a little rest. He's laying next to the jam, saying hi to his little blueberry friends. Writing the little label on the jam bottle. And I think that's about it for the sketch part, so I think we're going to be lining in a minute. For the lines on this one, I wanted the lines to be big, chunky, textured lines, which is actually what my normal style outside of like this channel is. I really like doing these big, chunky lines. And I thought that would fit Rico the best because he looks like more of a cartoon character. We are almost done with the lines here. I also completely forgot to add in that third little blueberry. So after I write this down, I'm like, oh wait, hold on. And so I had to add in the third one, just sitting next to Rico. So here we are adding the colors. For these colors, I actually had to kind of make my own outfit for Rico because in the figure, you can only see like the very, very top half of his clothing, which were a bluish purple color. So I decided to put Rico in some overalls and have some shoes and long sweater underneath the overalls to make a little outfit. Coloring in that nose pink was so satisfying. Again, with the chunky noses, I don't know what it is, but they just make me so happy. I decided to add some blush to the blueberries as well as Rico. I know Rico has like more soft blush, but I wanted to make it more of like a hard edge. Just coloring in the jam now. I really wanted to add some highlights just to show them off. Just a little bit. And with that, we're pretty much finished with this art piece. And here Rico is all finished. I added a little bit of sparkle to the background. I honestly really, really love how this one came out, and drawing him made me fall in love with him more. So if you don't want to be obsessed with a character, do not draw them. The Monsters 1 AM. Oh my gosh, I can't tell you how much I love this series. So here are all the options that you can get. We already have, I believe, how many do we have of these? 2? 3? We have 4. We have 4 of these already. I'm really hoping we can get one that we want and no duplicates. Such a nice tear. Oh, music to my ears. Let's see if we can get in this one. What your guess is down below. Are we going to get one that we want, or is fate going to kick us in the butt? All right, let's see. Doesn't look like one we've gotten. It's so cute. Oh my god, I love this series so much. Labubu is hugging a little 𝗙់𝗹𝗹 pillow. It's so cute. I love the color on it too. It's like a bluish purple. More purple than blue, but it's a really pretty color. And the pink of the 𝗙ᱽ𝗹𝗹 pillow, also very cute. The texture of the pillow actually was very different from the other like hard pieces of the figure. It was kind of more soft and rubbery. I don't know. I really liked that texture though. All right. So drawing this one might be a bit of a challenge because I don't know. How do you draw them hugging a pillow, you know? Let's see what that one was called. That one's called Hugging Time. Super cute. So like I said, it was going to be a little difficult to actually draw that pose. So I decided to draw Labubu just like waking up from a little nap, holding onto his pillow. But then I realized this looks very similar to one of the other figures that you can actually get in this series. I decided, oh well, because I was not thinking of that. I actually noticed that after drawing Labubu. But you can see here, we just went with it. Labubu just woke up from like a little nap or woke up in the morning and is rubbing her eye, if you could see right there. I've never actually drawn a Labubu before, so this was the first time I've ever done that, and honestly, loved it. I love drawing Labubu. Labubu's quickly becoming like one of my favorite things to collect. I don't think it'll ever surpass 𝗙ប៉anda, but man, I love the figures so much. I love the figures more than the plushes, honestly, so. All right, we are moving on to the lines. For the lines on this one, I was thinking more sketchy than anything. I didn't want the lines to look perfect, you know, have too much dimension to them. I wanted it to be more of a sketched out look. I'm not gonna lie, those teeth were so much fun to draw. Now we're lining the little 𝗙ᱽ𝗹𝗹 pillow. I thought it was really cute. I drew like some folds in the pillow to show that like Labubu was dragging it. And I think that came out pretty well. You can see here, it might not look like much, but we are just filling in all of the areas that need to be filled with color. We're just selecting that area here. And then boom, just add the color. Something I did notice actually while recording, like now, I forgot to draw in Labubu's blush, which is really sad. I didn't go back and add that in afterwards, but it's fine. It's just some blush. It doesn't really take too much away from the rest of it. Now that we have all the colors blocked in, we're just gonna add tiniest bit of shading. Something I really like to do with shading fluffy characters is add a little bit of like the fluff to the shading. You could see that right here, just adding a little bit of fluffy strokes. And here I realized I did not like the color of the shading on the skin tone part, so I changed that up a little bit. And now we're just coloring in some of that line art, making it a nice light purple, just a little bit darker than the base color. We're just adding some dimension to Labubu's eyes. I wasn't sure what color their eyes were because they're closed in the figure, so we just made them brown. Just adding some extra details here and there, and that's about it for this one. Drew some little sleepy bubbles, and then added a little ducky background just to show, you know, Labubu's a little baby. But that was the final art of the series. I'm gonna show all of them in just a second, but you know what you guys thought about this series? I honestly thought it was a lot of fun. I think all of the art turned out amazing, if I do say so myself. But let me know what you guys thought. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let me know if you want to see more of this in the future. See you guys next time. Bye-bye!